What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid trance. And we're back with another tune by Michael Kors. And in fact, this one is officially listed as Space Surfer featuring Kors, and it's actually Kors with a K, which is a variant that he used less often than Kors with a C, even though his actual surname is Kores. But yes, he used Kors with a C for all his releases on Noom. This, I'm trying to remember what label this is on, Unsubmissive, which I think is another German label. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's a UK label. Let me investigate. This is... no, it's a German label, I was right. So yes, this is under Kors with a K, but as you can see, or as I mentioned, it's officially a Space Surfer track. Now, Space Surfer was a group of producers of which Michael Kors was sort of the main driving force. So it's kind of like saying Michael Kors and Friends featuring Kors. But yes, it's a group that he made with Walter Kampf, I want to say, as well as Frank Hauser. So yes, Space Surfer is a group that was led by Kors, and which I think put out maybe 2 records. But yes, I guess featuring Kors is maybe indicating that he's kind of the lead producer on this. Nevertheless, we're going to listen to the tune Kill, which I've used in a number of acid trance mixes. And yeah, this is just a top tune. I associate this track with 2 tunes made under one of Michael Kors' other aliases, Mirage, Thor, and Zeus. Now, I've reacted to Thor before, so you can go back and check out that reaction if you're interested. I have not reacted to Zeus, so maybe I'll do that one in the not-too-distant future. But yes, those 2 tracks and this one, they all kind of have a similar atmosphere to me, a similar vibe. I would say of the 3, this is maybe the most aggressive of the 3, so perhaps, you know, the track being named Kill is an indication of that. But yeah, it's classic driving mid-90s acid hard trance. So let's give it a listen. This is Space Surfer featuring Kors with a K, and the track is Kill on Unsubmissive Records in Germany, 1996. I don't know if it's on 45 or 33. I think we're good. Skipped. There's that alternating clap, and now there's that like hard clap. Two different kinds of hi-hats. And if you're in a 90s trance, hard trance room, you know something's coming here. I love that layer. Almost sounds like a robot saying chords. Tune. Absolute tune. As you can hear, my copy's got some mileage on it, especially at the beginning. I think it actually did a proper skip there, so something to keep in mind when I go to mix another acid-trance set with this tune, just basically that I have to mix in after that point. Nevertheless, again, it's driving, it's acidic, it's got some wicked energy to it, especially that like dragging acid. It's almost like an animal acid cry or like sound, like a growl, an acid growl at the bottom of the tune. And again, I've talked about it before, both with Michael Kors and Pablo Gargano, two artists whose tracks don't sound like each other. You know, they definitely have a different style, but both of them are equally talented, and both of their tunes exude this eccentricity of production, and yet everything is still very perfectly rhythmic. So they do things that don't fit into the most standard, common sequences of beat counts and so on. They'll bring in an element in the middle of a larger measure instead of just at the 32, 64, and so on. They'll bring an element in after an 8 beat and then adjust it after the 16 beat and then change it entirely again after the 32 beat. So there's an eccentricity here, again, that like offset clap, which is like every fourth, and then it kind of doubles, but it's still not every other the way you normally get a clap or a snare. But then in comes this snappier type of clap that is on every other, while the like alternating clap is still going. There's that kind of main, typical hi-hat, but then comes these like rapid fire rolling hi-hats in conjunction with the main one. And then there's these kind of cycling drums, and you notice them in the breakdown. And then I like in the breakdown how there's these like long, kind of atmospheric, suspenseful pad chords. And then it begins building, and then when it drops, and that main drop in the middle of the tune, it's just real, fiery, fist up in the air, acid trance, a la 96. So yeah, it's a really dynamic tune. It's got eccentric production like only people as Michael Kors and Pablo Gargano and maybe a handful of others can do, and it is one of my favorites. So yes, ultimately I will try to get back for Zeus by Kors under his Mirage name sometime soon. As I said, I reacted to Thor a couple years ago. Because of the two, I think I prefer Thor slightly, but Zeus is also very, very good, so we'll try to come back for that one soon. Let me know what you think here, and I will see you next time. Peace.